Most people think they'll be rich, but reality? Only 1% ever make it. Why? Because they follow habits that the other 99% ignore. If you don't have these 7 habits, you're falling behind. Habit 1. The rich obsess over learning. Most people believe that making money is about luck, talent, or having the right connections. The truth? It's about knowledge. Every successful millionaire is an information addict. They don't rely on chance or hope. They actively seek out information that gives them an edge. They read books, analyze markets, and continuously develop new skills to stay ahead. The difference between the rich and the poor is how they spend their time. The poor scroll social media for entertainment. The rich scroll financial reports, market trends, and business insights to find opportunities. Look at the wealthiest individuals in the world. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Elon Musk devours books on engineering, physics, and business. Mark Cuban spends hours consuming market research. These people don't just learn for fun. They learn to increase their earning potential. Knowledge, like money, compounds over time. The more you invest in learning, the greater your financial returns. Every book, every article, and every piece of valuable information they consume adds to their ability to make smarter decisions, take calculated risks, and capitalize on trends before the rest of the world catches up. The problem is, most people stop learning the moment they leave school. They assume that education ends after a diploma, that once they have a degree, they know enough to navigate life. But the rich know that real learning begins after school. They don't wait for a professor, a boss, or an institution to tell them what to study. They take control of their education. They seek out the most profitable knowledge: finance, sales, psychology, negotiation, investing, because they understand that these are the skills that build wealth. The question is, when was the last time you read something that actually improved your financial situation? If you can't remember, you're already behind. The world is moving fast, and those who refuse to learn will be left behind. The rich don't gamble on luck. They educate themselves, apply what they learn, and position themselves ahead of the competition. If you're not constantly learning, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. Habit 2. They master the art of persuasion. Every millionaire is a salesperson, whether they admit it or not. The ability to sell, whether it's a product, an idea, or themselves, is what separates the wealthy from the struggling. Steve Jobs didn't just invent the iPhone. He convinced the world they needed it. He didn't rely on superior technology alone. He mastered storytelling, branding, and persuasion to create desire. Elon Musk built Tesla not just by making electric cars, but by selling the vision of a future powered by sustainable energy. Before Tesla was a success, most people doubted the viability of electric cars. Musk didn't let that stop him. He relentlessly promoted his vision until the world caught up. Jeff Bezos transformed Amazon into a trillion-dollar empire not by simply selling products, but by selling the promise of convenience, fast delivery, and a customer-first approach. Money follows attention, and attention follows persuasion. In a world full of distractions, those who can capture and direct attention control the game. The ability to influence others is the ultimate superpower. If you can sell, you will never be broke. You'll always have opportunities because people are drawn to those who can articulate value. But if you can't sell, if you can't convince someone to buy, invest, or believe in your ideas, you'll always struggle, no matter how smart or skilled you are. Persuasion isn't just about talking, it's about psychology. It's about understanding human desires, emotions, and fears. People don't make logical decisions. They make emotional ones and then justify them with logic. Great persuaders don't push their ideas onto people. Instead, they make people feel like the decision was their own. They use stories to captivate, emotions to connect, and urgency to drive action. They understand timing, body language, and the power of a well-placed pause. They don't argue. They guide. If you want to be rich, master copywriting, negotiation, and public speaking. Learn how to craft an irresistible offer. Understand what makes people say yes without hesitation. The moment you can sell an idea, the world opens up to you. Deals become easier, partnerships become natural, and opportunities multiply. Persuasion isn't just a skill, it's the foundation of wealth. Habit 3. They multiply money, not just earn it. Poor people work for money. Rich people make money work for them. This is one of the most significant mindset shifts that separates the wealthy from the struggling. The average person earns a paycheck and immediately spends it on liabilities, cars, gadgets, entertainment, and other expenses that do nothing to increase their wealth. The rich, on the other hand, take their earnings and invest them into assets that generate even more money. They understand that wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and how effectively you grow it. The secret to financial freedom isn't in simply earning a high salary. It's in multiplying money. Most people think saving money is the key to wealth. But saving alone won't make you rich. Inflation eats away at cash, meaning your money loses value over time if it just sits in a bank account. The rich don't hoard money. They put it to work. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, and other income-producing assets. They focus on building systems where money flows to them passively, even while they sleep. Take a look at the wealthiest individuals in the world. They don't rely on a single paycheck. They all have multiple streams of income. They own businesses, stocks, rental properties, and intellectual properties like patents and copyrights. They create value that continues to pay them long after they've done the initial work. This is how they scale wealth exponentially. Leverage is another key principle of the rich. They don't rely solely on their own time, effort, or money. Instead, they use other people's time, skills, and resources to grow faster. They hire employees, delegate tasks, and raise capital to fund new ventures. Instead of trading hours for dollars, they build systems where money works for them 24/7. If your money isn't working for you, you're playing the wrong game. Every dollar you earn should be seen as a seed, something that can be planted into investments that will bring back even more dollars. If you only focus on earning and spending, you will always be stuck in a cycle of financial struggle. But if you focus on multiplying your money, you open the doors to true financial freedom. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. The question is, are you? Habit 4. They play the long game. Most people want instant results. They want six-pack abs in a week, millions in a month, and success overnight. They chase get-rich-quick schemes, hoping to strike gold with minimal effort. They buy into the idea that wealth can be achieved through a single lucky break, a viral video, a winning lottery ticket, or a one-time business idea that skyrockets to success. The rich, however, think in decades, not days. They don't gamble on short-term trends or expect overnight success. Instead, they build systems that generate wealth for years, even decades, to come. They focus on long-term value creation instead of quick cash grabs. They understand that true financial freedom isn't built in weeks or months. It's built over years of consistent, intelligent effort. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. When he started Amazon in 1994, he wasn't looking for instant profits. In fact, Amazon didn't turn a profit for nearly a decade. Many people doubted him. Investors were skeptical. Critics claimed his strategy was flawed. But Bezos had a vision. He wanted to build the world's largest online marketplace, not just a quick money-making store. He reinvested every dollar Amazon made back into the business, expanding its reach and improving its infrastructure. Fast forward to today, and Amazon is worth over $1 trillion, making Bezos one of the richest men in history. His patience and commitment to the long game paid off. Elon Musk followed the same principle. Tesla was on the brink of bankruptcy multiple times. In its early years, skeptics laughed at the idea of electric cars becoming mainstream. Musk could have taken shortcuts, sold Tesla to a bigger automaker, focused on short-term profits, or abandoned the company altogether. Instead, he stuck with his vision. He endured years of losses, reinvested every penny back into research and development, and continued building the foundation for the company's future. Today, Tesla dominates the EV market, and Musk has become one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet. Facebook, now Meta, followed a similar trajectory. When Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook in his college dorm, he wasn't thinking about quick profits. He focused on user experience, network expansion, and long-term value. For years, Facebook didn't monetize aggressively. Many people criticized the company for not having a strong revenue model. But Zuckerberg had a long-term plan. He understood that if he could keep users engaged, the money would come later. Today, Meta is a global tech giant worth hundreds of billions of dollars. The difference between the rich and the poor is perspective. The poor focus on quick money, how to make fast cash today, how to get instant gratification, how to avoid discomfort. The rich play the long game. They think about assets, compounding, and the bigger picture. The truth is, real wealth is built over time, not in a single lucky moment. If you're not thinking about where you want to be in 10 years, you're already behind. If you want to shift your mindset from short-term survival to long-term success, the first step is to focus on building assets, not just making money. Making money is important, but keeping and multiplying money is what truly builds wealth. Instead of spending your income on liabilities like cars, gadgets, and luxury items, use it to invest in assets that will continue making money for you in the future. This could be stocks, real estate, businesses, or digital assets such as websites and intellectual property. The goal is to plant financial seeds today so they can grow into something massive in the future. Another key to long-term wealth is delaying gratification. The ability to resist short-term pleasures for greater long-term rewards is a skill that separates the rich from the poor. A famous psychological experiment, the marshmallow test, demonstrated this concept. In this test, children were given a choice. They could eat one marshmallow immediately or wait 15 minutes and receive 2 marshmallows. Researchers found that the kids who waited grew up to be more successful, wealthy, and disciplined than those who gave in to instant gratification. This principle applies directly to money. If you spend every dollar you make, you'll always be stuck in a cycle of financial struggle. But if you delay gratification, investing your money instead of spending it, you'll build long-term wealth. Thinking in decades rather than days is another crucial shift. One of the biggest mistakes people make is overestimating what they can do in a year, but underestimating what they can do in 10 years. Most people quit too soon. They expect instant results, and when they don't see immediate success, they give up. The rich think differently. They set long-term goals and commit to them relentlessly. Instead of jumping from job to job looking for quick pay raises, they focus on building valuable skills that will 10x their earning potential in the future. Instead of expecting their business to explode overnight, they focus on creating long-term value and growing sustainably. Instead of looking for short-term gains in investing, they play the long-term compounding game, putting their money in index funds, real estate, and businesses. Success isn't a single moment. It's a series of small, consistent actions over time. The rich don't just focus on reaching the destination. They enjoy the journey of building something great. Instead of thinking, how can I make money fast? They ask themselves, how can I build something that will generate wealth for decades? What skills can I develop today that will make me irreplaceable in 10 years? What habits can I build that will make me successful for life? The moment they fall in love with the process, success becomes inevitable. The biggest lesson is that wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The rich don't chase quick wins. They build long-term empires. They plant seeds today that will grow into financial freedom tomorrow. If you're always looking for shortcuts, you'll always be stuck in the cycle of struggle. But if you commit to the long game, you'll build wealth that lasts for generations. The question is, are you playing for the short term or the long term? Your future depends on your answer. Habit 5. They build and leverage powerful networks. Your network determines your net worth. It's a truth that most people overlook. Yet it's one of the biggest differences between those who succeed and those who stay stuck. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, your habits, and the opportunities that come your way. The rich understand this better than anyone, which is why they spend time and effort building relationships with other high-value individuals. They know that success isn't just about what you know. It's also about who you know. Wealthy individuals don't leave their network to chance. They actively seek out connections that push them forward. They join masterminds, attend exclusive events, and invest in mentorship. They understand that one conversation, One introduction or one partnership can change everything. They don't waste time with negative, small-minded people who bring nothing but doubt and excuses. Instead, they seek out winners, people who think big, take action, and strive for greatness. Look at the world's most successful entrepreneurs, investors, and innovators. None of them did it alone. Elon Musk wasn't just some lone genius. He surrounded himself with top engineers, investors, and visionaries who helped him bring his ideas to life. Jeff Bezos built Amazon with the help of brilliant advisors, top executives, and forward-thinking investors. Even Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, credits much of his success to the guidance of his mentor, Benjamin Graham. If you're serious about success, take a hard look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they ambitious? Are they successful? Do they push you to be better, to think bigger, and to take action? Or are they dragging you down with negativity, small thinking, and excuses? If you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. No matter how motivated or disciplined you are, if you're constantly surrounded by people who don't believe in success, who settle for mediocrity, and who see every challenge as an excuse to quit, it will eventually rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with winners, people who dream big, execute relentlessly, and refuse to settle, you will naturally rise to their level. Building a powerful network isn't about being fake or using people for personal gain. It's about creating genuine, mutually beneficial relationships. The rich don't just take from their network, they give value first. They help others, share knowledge, and open doors for people they believe in. This creates a cycle where opportunities flow back to them. The fastest way to upgrade your network is to put yourself in the right rooms. Attend events where successful people gather. Join communities and masterminds filled with high achievers. Invest in mentorship from people who have already achieved what you want. And most importantly, be someone worth networking with. Bring value, be reliable, and have a mindset of growth and contribution. At the end of the day, your success is a reflection of the people you spend time with. If you want to level up in life, start by leveling up your circle. Habit 6. They stay disciplined even when no one's watching. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like a fleeting burst of energy. Discipline, on the other hand, is permanent. It's the foundation of success, the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck in mediocrity. The rich understand this better than anyone. They don't rely on motivation to get things done. They rely on systems. They wake up early, stick to routines, and put in the hard work even when they don't feel like it. Their success isn't built on fleeting inspiration, but on unwavering commitment to their goals. The world doesn't reward those who only work when they feel like it. It rewards discipline. Athletes don't win championships because they trained when they were in the mood. They train day in and day out, year after year, pushing their limits even when their bodies and minds scream for rest. Entrepreneurs don't build multi-million-dollar businesses by waiting for motivation to strike. They show up every day, solve problems, and keep going even when progress seems slow. Investors don't make millions by chasing the latest hype. They hold, they wait, and they stay patient while their wealth compounds over time. Most people give up too soon. They start something new, excited and motivated, but the moment things get tough, they quit. They jump from one idea to the next, always chasing the next burst of excitement, but never staying consistent long enough to see real results. The rich think differently. They understand that discomfort is part of the journey. They know that the hardest moments, the days when they feel exhausted, unmotivated, and uncertain, are the moments that separate the winners from the quitters. Discipline isn't just about working hard. It's about creating habits that make success inevitable. It's about designing your life in a way that removes the need for motivation. Successful people don't wake up and debate whether they should work out, read, or build their business. They just do it. They structure their days around productive habits, removing distractions and eliminating excuses. They know that if they can master their daily routines, they can master their future. Freedom comes from discipline. The more control you have over your actions, the more control you have over your life. The rich don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They don't make excuses when they're tired, busy, or discouraged. They push through because they know that success is a result of showing up consistently, not just when it's easy. If you want to be successful, stop waiting for motivation. Build systems. Create habits. Stick to routines. Master discipline, and you will master your destiny. Habit 7. They take massive action. Overthinkers stay broke while action takers build wealth. The biggest difference between those who succeed and those who fail is execution. The poor wait for the perfect opportunity, constantly analyzing, hesitating, and convincing themselves that the timing isn't right. The rich? They don't wait. They create the right time. They understand that success isn't about waiting for the stars to align, but about taking massive action despite uncertainty. Most people are addicted to learning but allergic to action. They consume endless content, read self-improvement books, and watch motivational videos, but they never implement what they've learned. They convince themselves that they need more knowledge, more preparation, or more confidence before they can start. But the truth is, learning without action is useless. The rich understand this. They don't waste time overthinking every decision. They take risks, make mistakes, and learn as they go. They embrace failure because they know it's not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. The world rewards doers, not dreamers. Every millionaire, every successful entrepreneur, every great investor got to where they are by taking action long before they felt ready. Jeff Bezos didn't wait for the perfect moment to start Amazon. He just started. Elon Musk didn't wait for absolute certainty before building Tesla or SpaceX. He jumped in, faced challenges, and adapted along the way. The rich understand that clarity comes from action, not from endless thinking. If you want to be successful, stop waiting. There will never be a perfect time. There will always be risks, doubts, and obstacles. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people take action despite those fears. They start the business. They make the investment. They develop the skill. They move forward even when they don't have all the answers. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. The longer you wait, the further you fall behind. The only way to get ahead is to take massive, imperfect action today. Wealth isn't a matter of luck. It's a result of daily habits. Every millionaire, every successful entrepreneur, and every industry leader has built their success on a foundation of consistent actions and smart decisions. The real question is, are you building the right habits? Are you making choices today that will set you up for financial freedom in the future, or are you stuck in patterns that keep you in the same place? Success isn't accidental. The rich don't wake up one day with overflowing bank accounts. They develop the right mindset, make strategic moves, and stay disciplined even when no one's watching. They invest in learning, build strong networks, master the art of persuasion, and take massive action. They understand that success isn't about a single lucky break, but about consistently making the right choices over time. If you're serious about success, start applying these habits today. Don't wait until next year, next month, or even next week. Every day you delay is a day you're falling behind. Success is built in the small, daily actions, the books you read, the people you surround yourself with, and the risks you take. Which of these habits do you already have? Are you actively working on improving yourself, or are you stuck in the cycle of waiting and hoping? Drop a comment below and subscribe. Let's see who's really committed to building wealth and who's just here for the motivation.